Welcome back, class. I'm Mr. Teacher with the SAT Math video guide. Last time I messed up my own drawing and we couldn't finish number 18, so we're going to do that now before we move on to the next section. So I managed to draw this parabola as best as I could. So the graph above shows the function g, where g of x equals to k times x plus 3, x minus 3. So this function is this line. For some constant k, if g of a minus 1.2 equals to 0, and a is greater than 0, then what is the value of a? So we need to find function g of a minus 1.2. So what we need to remember is in a function, so let's say just g of x, this is the x value, and g of x, this entire thing is the y value, but that one value in the parentheses is the x value. So what we need to do now is pick an x value that satisfies this equation. So let's say 3. This is 3. They're all in, we could call it 3. They didn't give a scale, but let's say this is 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3. The scale doesn't matter because it's just a graph. So you could give 2 4 6 like that. But so g of 3 is going to equal to this over here. But we also know that 3 has a y value of 0. So that 3 satisfies this function over here, g of a minus 1.2. Because the entire g of a minus 1.2 is the y value, which is equal to 0. So we now know that a minus 1.2 is going to be equal to 3. And therefore, a equals to 4.2. And yeah, that's it. And also, since this is a parabola, there's always 2 different answers. So we can also pick negative 3 over here because it has a y value of 0. So a minus 1.2 is going to equal to negative 3, and a would be equal to minus 2. There's minus 2, minus 1.8. So it could be minus 1.8 or 4.2. And why this is supposed to be confusing? Because it's a parabola, and parabolas are generally very confusing, especially when you do it with functions. Well, getting that out of the way, we can move on to the next section. So here's my introduction page finally. The SAT Math video guide. We're going to be moving on to section 8, which is on page 419. So let's get started. We're going to start on number 1. And there are graphs here. Here, I'm just going to keep it as simple as possible. So 1, 2, 3, 4 goes up to 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there's different parts. There's painting. There's pottery. I'll just write pottery. There's photography, which we're just going to write photo because that's a very long word. There's metal work. We'll keep that at metal. And there's silk screen. That's just silk. So there's a key here. So it's kind of like this. The graph with lines are the prize ribbons, and the one that are entirely shaded in, or almost shaded in, are honorable mention ribbons. So now let's draw each one. So painting, the first one is like this. These are the prize ribbons, 3 prize ribbons, and 4 honorable mention ribbons. So shaded in as much as I could. Next one, pottery. Let's use a different color. Pottery, there's 2 prize ribbons. And how many? There are... Oh, no, my bad. There's 1 prize ribbon for pottery. And 2 honorable mention ribbons. So shaded in. This first question is just going to take a lot of time drawing this out. For photography, excuse me, there are 4 prize ribbons, that's a lot, and 5 honorable mention ribbons. So this is dash line, colored in. And for metal work, there are 2 prize ribbons and 1 honorable mention ribbon. As much as I could. And for silk, there are 1 of each. So just 1 of each. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, that was a long graph, and I bet this is gonna be an extremely short question. So, according to the chart above, how many honorable mention ribbons were awarded together? See, I knew it was gonna be short. So, how many honorable mentions in painting? There are 4 here. How many in pottery? 2. How many in photo? 5. There are 1 in metal and 1 in silk. So 1 plus 1. So 2 plus 5, 7 plus 2, 9 plus 4. So total of 13 honorable mention ribbons. That is choice D. And we're gonna have to leave this graph alone. And we've come back to the end. Need to start all over again. Okay. We're gonna be starting on number 2. Okay. Number 2. Oh, I can't get this to work. It's just pink marks everywhere. Number 2. There we go. Number 2. That was quite tedious. And there's just another drawing waiting for us. So, circle. Then there's a diameter here. There's a diameter here. This point is A, B, okay, C, D, and E. This is 6, and this is 4. Oh, there's a line here. That's 4. 4. Okay. And the figure above, point A is the center of the circle, and segments BD and CE are diameters. Which of the following statements is true? Well, first let's find the other values. If AD equals to 6, then BA is also going to equal to 6, because they're just the radius, and A is the center, so we know that this is going to be equal to 6. And if the diameter BD equals to 12, which is 6 plus 6, the diameter CE is also going to be equal to 12, because diameters in one circle cannot be different. And if BC equals to 4, ED is also going to be equal to 4, because of the arc formed by angle BAC, it's going to be the same arc as angle EAD. Is that arc? No, that's just an angle formed. So the angle formed is the same. That's why both of them are 4. So which of the following statements is true? Okay, A says CA is greater than 6. No, CA is already 6, so A is crossed off. Let's write them down as we do it. I haven't done it for a long time. CA is greater than 6. That's cut off. B is ED is greater than 4. Well, ED is equal to 4, so that's crossed off. C is BA is less than 4. BA is 6, so that's greater than 4. That's incorrect. D is CA is equal to 4. CA is equal to 6, so that only leaves us with choice E, which is going to be correct anyways, but we'll double check it right now. ED is equal to 4. That is true. That's our correct answer. And we're doing quite a lot of drawings here. Let's move on to number 3. Okay, number 3. For positive integers a, b, and c, I didn't draw that b. Let a, okay, this is a weird figure. It's a column. Then there's a over b over c. It's like the traffic lights, except a, b, and c. Let them be defined as a over b over c equals to a to the b power minus a times c plus c. So what is the value of, let's try it again, 5 over 2 over 6? Well, each one corresponds to a, b, and c. So what's a? A is 5. What's b? B is 2. So 5 to the second power minus a, which is 5, times c, which is 6, plus c, which is 6. So 5 to the second power is 25, minus 5 times 6 is 30, so minus 30, and then plus 6. So minus 5 plus 6, which is equal to just 1. That's the correct answer. That is choice A. And that's gonna be all. I've run out of time. I hope this video helped you with your math preparation, and I hope to see you in the next video where we'll continue on section 8. See you soon.